Getting into NORK, you have a line on two different songs that is they're very similar. One of the lines is on the song "The Shoes," which is not on NORK, but the line goes, "Flyer man, it's got how does it go? Flyer man, it's got to be the shoes." Right, and then on where does it go? I think "In and Out." Your lyric is Trilly the Wonder Rhymer, what's flyer than when I kick it? And I was like, that's interesting that I heard him kind of write that line, not twice, but kind of take the same concept and say it two different ways.
Yeah.
Because I went on Genius and I looked at some of your songs, and this is a line that you've annotated. So I'm going to read your annotation, and then let's break down maybe both lines.
Okay.
What's more, so the line is, Flyer man, it's got to be the shoes. And the annotation from you is, what's more flyer than achievement? When hitting your goals, people tend to question how you did it. It must be something other than your talent. This is a reference to the classic Jordan ad where Mars Blackman, who's played by Spike Lee, repeatedly asks Michael Jordan what makes him so special. He is convinced it's Jordan's sneakers, but Michael Jordan says, it's not. It's me. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then on In and Out, which is a project that's, a lot different than The Shoes, you know what I mean?
Right,
different
right.
vibe completely. You go, Trilly the Wonder Rhymer, what's flyer than when I kick it? And I'm like, man, he said the same line two different ways. I'm wondering if it's just you love that line so much, or if it was just like, I know I can fit this line in two different contextually separate places.
Yeah. The latter.
The latter. Okay, so you knew you could make it work two ways. So
Yeah.
were you conscious of this when you wrote this second line on In and Out? Did you kind of know it already?
Very often I am.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
So, it was...
I thought I was gonna get you just now. I thought that was my one question where I came in here and I was like, oh, I got him. But anyway, maybe not.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
It's always...
I tried.
I'm always... Because this is a thing that has happened to me in the past, that I have... Sometimes you forget a bar, right? And you might have the bar in another song.
Right.
So I always look back at my work to see if I'm doing that, because I consciously don't want to do that.
That's crazy. You know who else does that? Eminem and Lil Wayne were like doing an interview once, and they both say that they have to do that, or else they might rewrite lines and they don't even realize it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they just be like in a zone. Same as you. They literally go on and look them up. They look up their old lyrics.
Yeah.
That's wild to me.
I absolutely have to do it.
Yeah.
Because, for one, my memory is just not as good as it used to be.
Yeah, fair enough.
And two, if you're writing, there's a lot of writing, and there's so much writing that I do that literally when I write it, it's gone.
Yeah.
Until I need to record it, then I'll go over and over it again till it sticks.
Yeah.
And then often after I've recorded it, it's gone again. Like it's kind of like a Rolodex of lyrics. So yeah, I have to look back at them.
That's crazy.
But knowing that, like, I literally kind of just came off the shoes when I wrote In and Out.
Because The Shoes was about, if I'm correct, 4 months? 2022, right? The Shoes was about 4 months ago. I think The Shoes is on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
But I don't think I saw it on any streaming service.
It should be on all of them.
It should?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll double check. But I definitely heard it on SoundCloud. And that's where I kind of saw the line and was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
That's cool. What was it about that line that you felt could fit into different places?
It's I really don't necessarily, well, in and out verse, I kind of just wanted to reference a classic Jay-Z line, which is that Wonderama shit, me and my conglomerate. I kind of wanted to reference that.
Yeah.
But as I started to write it, then I thought, like, let's say some fly shit, right? And then it's like fly, kick, kind of like, like martial arts of a literal fly kick.
Yeah.
And when it came to me, I was like, oh shit, this can kind of tie into something that I just recently did. It's kind of like
It's crazy.
trying to create Easter eggs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's. Well, I found it. I thought it was really cool. We've kind of been talking about like this is an intense project. What made you want to really like, you know what I mean? Like, for lack of a better way to say it, because I don't necessarily love this terminology, but go so hard. I don't know. I feel like everybody says that too much, and then like I don't know. When I ask someone, "Hey, you went really hard," like I don't know, it feels unnatural.
Yeah.
What made you want to like? What made you want to go all out? Or at least in this direction, because you matched kind of the energy of Prince AK, who you've worked with on past projects before.
Prince AK, he's literally my
Prince
blood brother.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, for sure. And then True Trills, right? Or True Triller,
True
right?
Triller.
Yeah, is also on NORK, who also spits bars. But you guys have the same kind of like great chemistry of you guys are all on the same page, which is probably different, maybe mostly for you, right?
Yeah. I mean, they have been. So the two of them are in a group together, but it's a 3-man group with Reek the Kid. But we kind of knew that we wanted to go into this direction because it's something that me and my brother had been talking about. He's kind of in the boom bap lane completely.
Yeah.
He does step out though to do like more like vibey shit.
Yeah.
But they're like a boom bap group.
I feel that. A lot of the beats had a boom bap like the beats' parents were boom bap. You know what I mean? And then like these weren't quite boom bap, but they were close, man.
Right.
Anyway.
It's like boom bap had a trap baby, which I call
because they've got these
trap.
Right, they've got these like kind of these like miscellaneous like sounds, but they're looped and they sound good. But it's like I don't know what that is. Kind of I don't know.
Right.
It's an interesting. The beats are interesting. They hit, but it's like I was like picking them apart. I'm like, man, these are like I haven't heard beats like this quite kind of before.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of like banging on your. They're kind of banging on the thing. The bass kind of is big, and anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, he does that, and I'm generally speaking, a more relaxed artist.
Right.
So we had always been talking about how can we merge what I do with what he does, and it was literally just how do we find the right soundtrack for it. And the second we did, we just went crazy.
That's awesome. That's crazy. Let's see, what was I going to go with here? Oh, okay, True Trilla. How did you guys kind of pick him to be a part of the project?
True Trilla grew up with my brother.
Oh, nice.
Probably the rapper that's like been rapping the longest, True Trilla. And I mean his flow is like often so unorthodox, and the guy is insane. Like he literally has 1,000 ways to beat the shit out of somebody.
Right.
So it was like, how can we not do this with True? Like we have to bring him in. Just sonically, we knew it would work, and it was necessary.
Yeah. That's awesome. Kind of going a little bit back to that boom trap style. That's a term that I haven't really ever heard before. If you had to describe that to someone who had never heard boom trap before, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as having the BPM of a trap song, having the vibiness, danceability of a trap song, but the drum pattern of classic boom bap.
Yeah.
That's how I envision it to be.
Yeah, it's actually interesting because when I was listening to NORK, one of the things that kind of like kept coming up for me is I was like, man, these drums kind of remind me of something, but these samples or these, you know what I mean, kind of these melodic harmony pieces remind me of something else.
Right.
So it was kind of interesting to get both of those sides,